welcome. My name's Vicki Haspels. I'm the Conscious Mystic, and welcome to the weekly forecast for week commencing June 26, 2023. I hope you had a great week last week. It was very interesting, the cards and how the cards played out. I know I had my little ups and downs myself, but I feel like I achieved, and I felt like the cards actually meant something to me along the way. They gave a great deal of insight for me personally. So I'm not on the road, I'm back into the suburbs and will be for a little while. So that doesn't make any difference. I'm still bringing you some tarot goodness, and we're going to get started. This is, we're going to do the 7 days of the guidance for the 7 days, and I'm going to choose a card, and each card gets put back into the deck after its reading. And because you never know, the cards might turn up twice, as they have done in the past. So let's begin. This is for Monday, June the 26th, 2023. I've shuffled the cards. I'm going to choose a card from the middle. And here we have Four of Swords. So Monday the 26th is really all about contemplation, taking a break. And I like to, the feeling I get from that is that it's been such an up and down week that coming out of the weekend, we really need time to recover. And it is a time, expect very little energy, or expect very little room for energy, or to do anything, or to act or react. It'll be, we won't feel sluggish, we will just feel that we just are in a chilled space. No insights coming in, no big jobs to do, and if they are, we'll be really chill about it. So Monday is really a time of reflection, contemplation, and just regeneration of ourselves. The Four of Swords, because it's the swords, it is designed to allow the mind to rest and recover. Obviously, we've done a lot of thinking last week, and even the weeks leading up to this week. Okay, that one goes back on the deck. Let's have a look now for Tuesday, June the 27th, 2023. Shuffle the deck. Let's pull a card out and see what we have. Oh, 10 of Cups. Welcome, 10 of Cups. So for Tuesday, the 10 of Cups represents a sense of completion and contentment. So the Monday reflection of the Four of Swords lends itself then to Tuesday, where we think, you know what, I got this. It gives us time to actually consolidate, reflect, and say, and feel satisfied, and a sense, again, I get the voices in my head are saying there's a sense of completion around what we have been through and what we have achieved up until now. I get a sense that it's not about the week before or the day before. This has been coming along for months, and not just all the strands of our life. There's just one or two particular strands or threads of our life that we have come to a completion with, and not only are we feeling a sense of completion, but we're very happy with it. We know that we have done all that we need to do, and we're so happy and content to be in that space that it's time to rest on our laurels, if you like. And I think just be really proud of ourselves that we've actually got to this point, and that we've allowed ourselves to feel this sense of contentment. It is to me a completion, contentment, and a sense of achievement that we have come to this point. And because we have a sense of contentment, the mind is able to then finally release. The Four of Swords is about the mind resting. The 10 of Cups for today, Tuesday, is about the mind releasing and letting go. So back in the deck. Let's have a look for tomorrow. Okay, so I've shuffled the cards. We're now going to have a look for Wednesday, June the 28th, 2023. Choose a card. Oh, good. I told you that this card's like to turn up again. So this is the 10 of Cups, of course, is replaying for Wednesday. So that sense of completion or sense of contentment is continuing. I get a sense though that the contentment, there's on the Wednesday there is a little bit of a build up. So even though the 10 of Cups is that completion and feeling really happy with our space, that build up, there's something coming. So we are able to release with the 10 and leave room for something new to come in. I get a sense of a build up, But it is not something like, because the Ten of Cups is there, it is not where we have to leap out and do something. It's like, oh, cool. It's like that sense, oh, great, you know, that means that I have finally done line underneath it and I'm ready for something else. And with that, we feel refreshed and really ready to bring something new in. Okay, it's gone back on the deck, shuffling. Okay, so this is now for Thursday, June the 29th, June the 29th, Thursday, June the 29th, 2023. Hey, this is the weekly forecast. I am telling it as it is. I'm calling it as it is. This card came out again. It's a bit of a theme going on. So this week does not need to be a week of action or activity. It is a time, as I said, as I mentioned for Tuesday, is resting in our laurels. So Thursday, the Ten of Cups has turned up again 3 days in a row. This means that it is not an active week. It is a week of contemplation, contentment, and feeling that we are ready and allowing that contentment to be part of. And again, for Thursday, I feel the energy of the contentment now becoming part of all of my body, all of my DNA, all of my cells, every part of my being, all of my energy is being flooded with this contentment. But I can also, from this energy of this card, feel that there is room being made. I feel the build-up, even though the Ten of Cups does not represent a build-up. There is a new, like there is a build-up, there is something on its way. So it is not, as I mentioned for yesterday, it is not an action card, it's not an action feeling, but the contentment card has allowed room for a new venture, a new pathway, a new idea to come in, a new opportunity to be made aware for us. So, okay, I'm putting it back on the deck. I am shuffling like a mad fool here, so just be mindful, this is for Thursday, so this week is a calm and contented week. Right, back on the deck. Okay, this is for Friday, June the 30th, 2023. I am now choosing another card. I'm hilarious if it's a 10. Oh, no, it's not the 10 this time. So here we have the Three of Wands. So for Friday, the Three of Wands is now here. Oh, remember I mentioned about that creative a sensation that I had within my energy field that the Ten of Cups is bringing for us. This is not a charge out there, let's go and do something. This is something where we can actually indulge ourselves a little bit. So Friday is a day to indulge. Going out and trying something. Like for example, you might want to go and do painting with wine. That's a thing, isn't it? Or you might just want to go out and have some lunch with friends, but it is something of a creative nature. So that lunch with friends might be about, talking about planning a holiday or doing something that's going to bring everybody together. So it is a 3. It is about having some fun, but it's also about gathering, bringing people or bringing things together. I expect that Friday will be more social, but it is a day of fun and a day of channeling that creative energy that's been building up from those 3 days of Ten of Cups, into channeling that energy into something fun. And while you're having fun, and while we're having fun, the soul self is then able to access what we need to bring forth what we need. Okay, well, that one's back on the deck. Shuffling the cards. This is now for Saturday, July the 1st, 2023. Choosing a card from the middle of the deck. And here we have the Lovers. Okay, so with the Lovers, especially after the Three of Wands, the Lovers coming the next day. Again, I get this sense of just indulging, having fun. So this week is about indulging ourselves, it's having fun. I cannot express enough how indulging ourselves, but allowing ourselves to feel special, and to allow ourselves to do something just for us. How beneficial it is to allow our own creative selves to open up when we can relax into that. What we are doing while we are indulging, or being pampering ourselves, or being compassionate with ourselves, more about having fun, is that it opens up that sense of, you know what, I give myself permission now to actually do something a bit more for myself. So it's almost like a sense of testing the waters, especially if we are givers, or we do a lot for other people, or we feel that we don't have that opportunity or the autonomy to be able to run out and do those things for ourselves because we have lots of other responsibilities. This week, as it's building, I can see this is a week of saying, you know what, just for this moment, indulge, pamper, allow yourself to be and give to the self, and only to the self, and allow that part of us to be, it opens up a special part within that says worth, that I am worth something, but it also, it's not even about self-worth, it's more like we remember that we actually have dreams and ideas and things that we haven't tried before, and we think, oh, I wonder what happened to that thought, I wonder what happened to that thought. By indulging, by giving time to ourselves, by having some fun, and then with the Lovers card coming in, it then reinforces that we actually have a choice. Again, I get a sense of, it's like from the Three, where it was like a little bit selfish or indulgent, the Lovers actually is like that times 100, where we can actually think, I'm going to do what I want to do today. I'm going to do what I want to do not from now on, but there's a real, it really grabs us, and I'm getting that grabby feeling in my heart. I actually want to do this. And so in order for us to follow our dreams and follow them to a fulfillment that makes us feel whole within ourselves, we must acknowledge that these are our dreams, and that it's okay to dream them, and it's okay to pursue them. This week is going to be bereft of responsibility by the look of it, or the responsibility is not going to grab us as much as it would have. So anyway, that's what the Lovers are all about today. It's times 100, indulging ourselves and actually looking at what we can do for us rather than for everybody else, not for the greater good, just for us, our greater good. Okay, that's back on the deck. Now let's choose a card for Sunday, July the 2nd, 2023. We've had some double ups this week, tripled. Okay, so this is for July the 2nd, 2023, the Fool. Don't you love it when the Fool turns up? Whenever the Fool turns up for me in a reading these weeks, or these days, I should say, the Fool, the visual I get is that the Fool represents that there is a void in front of us, as in we can have whatever we like. We can fill that up with all of our desires, dreams, hopes. We can fill it up with nothing. We can choose to do nothing, or we can choose to do everything. But the Fool represents the opportunity to do those things, and either choice is valid. If you feel like if you've indulged yourself enough this week and think, you know what, I think I'm good now, and choose not to tread down that path, that is your beginning. That is actually a beginning and a very valid choice. If, however, the week has given you an opportunity or a taste for something that you think, I've forgotten that, I've put that on the shelf for long enough, I'm actually going to take that up. The Fool provides space for that to actually happen, for you to build that. In other words, it is a blank canvas. It is a palette of all the colours that you can actually paint your world. You can paint it whatever you like it to be. There are no rules. There are no guidelines. It is whatever you and I want it to be. So we get to make it up. And that sometimes that can be a little bit scary when we have that much freedom, but also too, the Fool allows us the opportunity. Not so much, it's not going to show us exactly the way. Remember, the Fool asks us to take that first step with courage, with bravery, with an open heart, and with trust. And the Fool, we can trust the Fool this week. This week has been a culmination of many things that have been around and building up to this week. So we get to have a bit of a break, a bit of a rest, but time to contemplate, time to build our own energy, reconnect with who we are, love who we are, and put it into something. So that's what the Fool represents, as you take that first step. Okay, so that's back in the deck. Okay, so let's have a look at the weekly roundup now that the cards have been drawn, and we can have a look at the energy of the week. This is for week commencing June 26th, 2023. We began the week with a time of contemplation and a calming of the mind, but also allowing space for us to reflect and also just allow the mind to let go, allow the mind to drift and let go without having to think or do or be anything. The next three cards came up, were the same card. 10 of Cups, 10 of Cups, 10 of Cups. Those cards built as we went along. The energy of those cards started out with a sense of completion, a sense of pride, or a sense of contentment within the self. The next day it built up that contentment. You could draw a line under it. It left space for something new to come in. Not the energy that was building up, the creative energy was not saying, hey, I've got to go and do this. The creative energy was like a little bit of an excitement or a build up. It was a very cruisy, very chilled and lovely feeling. So it's like, I got this. The third 10 of Cups that turned up meant that it was gearing us up for a sense that how good we actually are. I believe that the 3 cups came in a row to really hammer home how good we are, how elegant, any achievements, any sense of satisfaction around life, and really all of those responsibilities are gone. Whatever was hanging around, those responsibilities have left. And so those 3 lots of 10 of Cups in a row just consolidated and allowed us to really absorb that those responsibilities are done, and we should be bloody proud of ourselves. That lends itself then to the next day, the 3 of Wands, which is fun day. Let's do something that's just for us. It's also a time of getting together, a time of but it's like a gathering, getting together with friends, doing some fun things. And the 3 represents fun, but also too, it represents, within that fun, getting together with other people sparks that part of us. It sparks the inner creative self, because the Wands are sitting there too. So by hanging out with our friends, by hanging out with people that inspire us, we start to plan. The next card was the Lovers, of course, so that winding up into, well, you know what, I'm going to do what I want to do today, or for the next part of it. It's about making decisions. It's like, I really like this week. I love feeling like I can actually do this. I love the feeling of worth that came with it, the feeling of contentment and pride in myself, and that going out and having fun with friends reignited that part of myself that said, you know what, I actually want to do something that's just for me. And so the Lovers came along to times that by 100 and say, yeah, let's do that. And so it really brought it up to the surface and ignited that passion to say that we actually have a choice. The Lovers are all about choice, and so all of those choices are in front of us. I feel like that the choice for the Lovers this time was one of indulgence. And I say indulgence, but I'm doing this for me now. No other responsibilities, only for my highest good, no one else's highest good. And of course we ended on the Fool, which was new beginnings. Blank slate. We can do whatever we want. In other words, we make the rules, we choose the path, we create the guidelines, we create the structure, because it's going to be all about us, not about anybody else. So it'll be an interesting time, but it's a very, very chill week. Time to have some fun and to get out with friends. Anyway, my name is Vicki Haspels. this is the weekly forecast for week commencing June 26th, 2023. I will see you for midweek, solve life purpose, coaching, and otherwise. Have a great week. Much love from me. Mwah. See you then. Bye. See you guys next week with love from me. Mwah.